All right, last season, one of my most popular videos was going against RodneyG. I had a pretty cool throw in, and Rodney always a good player, draws them big crowds in. So I'm excited to record this one as well. And as soon as I pop my bag open, I see it's a challenge bag. Here we go. I just played Maple Hill Reds. This is what I deem to be the perfect Maple Hill Red bag after grinding around on that for a little while. Unfortunately, it is not the perfect multiplayer bag. So I do have some discs that I use. There are discs in here that I never used, and I've only ever used on Maple Hill Reds, um, including what's going to end up being the star of the show today, my one driver that I have in the bag, the Glide Turn Rask. So Glide Turn Rask is a disc that I've never bagged before. I've only put it on Maple Hill for this challenge, and this is going to be interesting. So Um, after trying to decide if I should run this race or not, I think better of it and just lay it up. I'd say this is the one saving grace is I do have my fairways that I normally play with and my mids. I just don't have any drivers. So let's try to put this Rask to use here. It's the flight of it's actually really cool. It's kind of like a long Sampo. So I'm throwing it up here, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna need to put a little bit of hyzer to get this to take the turn because it is a really straight disc. I was wrong, so I hyzer that straight into a tree. Rodney's in good position. I been looking up. I think my only chance here is try to flex one up into the sky. Hoping that I can fight back enough to get to that open area in the fairway to give myself a look. I hit the high sky gap that I was looking for, but there is no fight in that disc, so I end up throwing it into the trees, and I am now blocked by this tree. So I'm like, I got nothing. I go forehand. My top chevron aim that I normally use is a 149 on a forehand. So I aim high and hope that the tree will knock it down into the basket, and it does. And that was an incredible feat of luck. I couldn't do that again if I tried, but I'll take it. I've got video proof that it happened. So there it is. So now we go to Enzo. This is going to be this is going to be so interesting. I line it up to take this right backhand gap, and I know that I'm going to have to aim a little further left and put a little extra turn. I have to force the turn on this thing because it does not have any turn naturally. It doesn't have any turn, and it barely has any fade, being the turn version of it. So I actually get it in a pretty good spot. So that's me going through my normal aiming process. I aim my normal flat ground aim, then I adjust for the elevation. I give it a chuck, and that was a pretty good adjustment right into the band from 150 up that hill. That was a solid run. I will take that. Rodney gives one up on me by playing that hole the way you're supposed to. So 4, this is a hole that I've really been doing well in the last couple seasons. This is a water skip paradigm for me normally, so this is actually, I can replicate that shape with this disc by, again, just aiming a little further left and putting a little more turn on it. So honestly, that's perfect. That's right where I normally am. Rodney, unfortunately, spanked a tree and has gone out of bounds. So I am smelling blood in the water, and I am trying to make this. And I am unsuccessfully trying to make that. So it stayed right on me, caught some chain. It happens. Discs wobble. There's RNG. Hell, I probably aimed wrong. I didn't need to aim that far right. But got a birdie. I'm one up. That's pretty cool. Oh, I guess I'm not one up. I got my one stroke back, so we're tied. This wind did me a huge favor. One, the head. This is going to hold the turn and keep this thing like laser beam straight. Unfortunately, it's also going to keep it from going any kind of distance. So I've left myself with a very long, awkward throw in here. I kind of aim where I think I need to and then lower it down a little bit because the last thing I want to do is skip off the top into the water. So looks like my initial inkling was correct and I adjusted it down into the cage, but pair of birdies. I live to fight another day, another course. I survived Enzo, all square, and here is Coyote Canyon 5. So this is normally a forehand skip right for me. I'm like, I can't get this there. And then you'll notice as I was looking left, I see Rodney go right. I'm like, oh yeah, you can go right. I've never done this before. So now we're going to use a disc I've never used before on a line I've never thrown before and cross my fingers. And I thought for sure I threw it into the pillar right alongside Rodney there. And it sneaks by and ends up just perfect. So once again, I'm lucky. Rodney, incredibly unlucky, hits the pillar, skips into a very awkward, looks like he had to try to finesse that one in there. So rough break for him. 2-stroke swing. Now I'm just shaking my head and laughing, partially at how silly this all is, and feeling kind of bad that I was getting ready to blast Rodney all over YouTube with this because I knew I was posting this one. So of course, here we go, CC2. No light glide to be found. This is a glide Rask. I'm thinking, I'm just gonna take my birdie, and I see that tailwind, and I'm like, I gotta go for it. So I'm just yelling, "Go Rask, go!" And it barely makes it, but that little Rask is a fighter. Definitely the MVP of this match. So it creeps over. I'm usually further up there with a core look for a throw in. But like I said, I have my fairways with me. And this is flat ground. I'll put myself on pretty good odds on any flat ground throw in. So I am where I think I need to. Let her rip, and I got lucky with the wobble there, and it goes in. So now it's getting ugly. And thankfully, I have a huge exhale here as it's hole 4, and I have a glide PD, which is what I normally throw here. So I let a sigh of relief go, look back on this round at just how ridiculous it is, and being incredibly grateful that Rodney's a good sport for letting me post this on YouTube. But I thought that was a really fun round. So yeah, I'll hit you guys up with another video before too long, I'm sure. But see y'all later.